Welcome once again, guys, to another review and recap of Love and Marriage DC. And today we're going to be talking about season 3, episode 3. Today's episode, I don't think there was a lot of things. It was just the same thing going back and forth over the same issues. So I kind of felt somehow that we didn't have a new topic for them to show us. We just had the repetition of everything that has happened last week. That was how I felt about the show.
Yeah, it was
How did you
basically
feel about the episode?
yeah, it's basically the same thing. We already knew that Joy and Ashley were having the problem. You know, no resolution. I mean, you could tell that was going to be a no go from the last episode. You know, so it was basically the same thing. They're just stretching it out even further. But I guess that's okay.
Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about what happened in the episode. We started off by having to start um the where we ended last week, where the guys were having a chat from the fight stuff, and they continuously talked about Carmen. And what I wanted to talk about in this part was where they started talking about Ashley, the rift between Ashley and Joy. Now, I do understand where DJ Quick is coming from. I also do understand where Clinton is coming from. The fact that the both of them are fighting for their women is the realest thing for them to ever do. They're fighting for their women and they have to fight hard. But what Quick said is true. If you know that there's something you don't want going out, don't tell somebody. I've seen so many times, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen so many times someone told me something and I have a best friend. And you tell me don't tell anybody. Sometimes it's very hard not to voice it out to my best friend. I think there was something recently. There's a stuff somebody told me and said, "Don't tell anybody about this. I don't want it getting out." Every time I'm talking to my best friend, I have to bite my tongue whenever it comes off in my lips. I have to bite my tongue not to say it. It's itchy because I don't think I hide anything or those kind of things from my best friend. But because the person has told me, "Oh, don't say it," I'm trying to work over time. And this was Ashley's best friend, not anybody. So I understand why she could tell her, because sometimes we find it hard as when we're gossiping with our friends, it's best friends for that matter, to not as in when you're gossiping with your best friend, not to say things that you're forgotten that you were told not to say. So Quick's point of view is understandable. If you know you don't want it getting out, don't even say that at all. That is the best and the safest way. Don't say it out. What they did. And for Joy's husband, I don't know. He's saying he didn't see the test that Ashley sent. Like Duncan said, look at everything from everybody's point of view. Read the text messages that Ashley sent to Joy before you make your judgment. Don't be coming, because most of them, I think they are coming here supporting their wives because of the version their wives have told them and not seeing the full picture. And I feel that is the main issue there.
Well, some people deal with things not right away. You know what I'm saying? Some people have to process how they want to deal with things. So you can't rush nobody into accepting an apology if they're not ready for it. You know.
Mm,
Um, Second off, I think Ashley told because it wasn't her secret to keep. You know what I'm saying? Even though she gave her word, but like, what does Ashley really have going on for her this season? You know what I'm saying? So
mhm,
anybody's drama is fair game. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
So yeah, Ashley was messy with that, but hey, that's her prerogative. She wanted to tell, But me personally, somebody tells me a secret, it's not my secret to tell. You know what I'm saying? And I agree that, hey, if you don't want somebody to know something, why tell them? If it was that important and that dear to you, why tell them? So I kind of see all the sides, and Joy never said that she didn't receive text messages from Ashley. She never said that. She said, I received them, but I'm not ready to respond to them. That's her prerogative. Just like when she sent Ashley a text, Ashley didn't respond. Everybody responds when they want to respond to something. Everybody's in their feelings these days.
Yeah. But anyway, moving forward, um, then we have this altercation between sorry. Oh, my brain is jumbled. Like, whew. We had this altercation between Erana and her husband. And how did you see this quarrel from the fact that we're talking about the trouble between Joy, Carmen, and Clifton to jumping into their own issues? I found it very strange that they went from that to where they were. As in, it went from a 0 to 100 quickly.
Yeah, I feel like it's a bunch of unresolved feelings here, because as she was saying, hey, I done caught you several times, you know, and this is just one time that you felt that something might have been going on, which it wasn't. But you keep holding that over my head. Now, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
you could tell between both of them that they have unresolved shit, you know? I mean,
Yeah, they do have unresolved things that I don't think they've dealt with. I don't think they've dealt with those unresolved issues in their marriages, and sometimes it pops up. And that's what happens when you don't resolve things. One moment, a little spark would, a little thing would just ignite everything. Just ignite, and I think that's the problem. They they did not try when those things were happening those years in their marriages to try to seek therapy, to kind of have a conversation about how they're feeling about those things. And now it is literally drawing them back and making them, because when they went from her, she was like, are you agreeing with it? I was like, it's not supposed to be causing an issue. This is somebody else's marriage. So why is it not causing something that is happening in somebody else's marriage? Why is it not causing issues in your own marriage? Make it make sense. I literally did not understand that. And I feel like they really did need therapy. But I was surprised that the therapy and they went for was a what was it? Was it a life coach? Was it the person that came in? She was not a therapist, right? She said she was a life coach.
or a counselor or something, marriage counselor.
Was it something about I wish I thought I did have I thought I did have it on my slide. Unfortunately, I did not have it on my slide. I don't. But later at home when they were together, did you see the way he called her out and said when you were acting foolishly?
No, I don't think I
Did you
caught
hear that
that.
part?
I don't think I caught that.
Wow. He did when she was like, oh, I did invite the therapist to come and talk to us because of that blow up we had at the pets, whatever. And I didn't like it. So I called her in and it was like, oh, when you were exhibiting your foolishness. I was like, wow, you're on TV and people are watching and you're literally telling people that your wife exhibits foolishness. How? How does that
Yeah.
make sense? Why would he like I feel like there are some things you just don't say.
Yeah, I didn't catch that part.
Really? Wow. Okay. Since you catch it, they had their chat. I loved what the therapist told them, the life coach told them that they have not resolved everything from their past, and that is what is literally, drawing them aside and drawing them backwards in their life. I love that she told them that, and I hope that they work on it for their own sake. I really hope they do work on it for their own sake. But did you feel like Joy and I actually should have had that chat with Joy about the trouble stuff? Oh wow, everybody has left. Okay, I think there's a network issue. I was asking a question, but I think I'll answer it myself. Ashley asking Joy, what am I calling Ashley? Erana asking Joy about the trouble stuff. I felt like it was not her business. It was none of her business. She shouldn't have asked the question. She shouldn't have done that because that's her marriage. Yes, I don't like the fact that Carmen is like in between the marriage, in their friendship, but it's their marriage. It suits them. They understand themselves. They like themselves. That's that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem.
Oh my goodness. Okay, now what was the question you were asking again?
I was asking whether you felt like it wasn't necessary for Erena to have asked or talked to Joy about the trouble thing.
No, I don't think it was really necessary. I think that Erin was feeling some kind of way because of her marriage. You know, I mean, I look at it like this: Joy's a grown woman. She know what the situation was before she even married Clint. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it seems like Clint is very comfortable having Carmen around as a third wheel. You know, I mean, either she's gonna deal with it or they're gonna have a serious conversation about it. But who knows how that's gonna turn out? Because hey, maybe he's gonna end up picking his PR over his marriage. Who knows? But me personally, nah, that wouldn't be happening in my marriage. Nope.
Mhm. Well, I felt like it's for Arena to bring it up, it didn't make sense because I felt like it's their marriage. It suits them. They understand whatever is going on. They understand it. So it's their issue. They should have. It's in short, it was not a necessary topic to have been brought up because I felt like we've watched them from Ready to Love and everything. I know that that's how they've been. I don't know how the marriage is. I don't know how they treat themselves, but that's how it has always been. So I felt like it was unnecessary for her to have brought it up at all. Moving forward, this is the main thing for today's episode, actually. I'm sorry, guys, that we're literally rushing this review. I'm absolutely not feeling the greatest. And it feels like the more I'm talking, the more I'm putting stress on myself. So I literally just want to rush it out so that I can be done and go and take a very, very hefty rest. Okay. Now they came into this place. Um, Everybody was invited to watch the game, and Clifton and Joy come in. Every other person was greeting them. Ashley and Quick did not greet her, but Quick greeted her husband except her. Now, what I did not like was that I would have preferred the awkward silence than what Erena's husband did. Why did Jamie decide that he was going to ask them, "Oh, I don't like the silence between us. I don't like this thing. Are you guys good?" I felt like that was the most stupidest thing to have done because they are not good. You literally know they are not good. So why are you asking them if they are good? I felt like he was pushing for the drama to happen. He was waiting for that drama because Ashley, you've been Ashley's friend for how many years? And you know her mouth, you know her ego, you know her everything. And you still decided that, yeah, I want to uh you still said that, yeah, I'm going to come out and say, "Oh, you guys, I don't like this thing." I felt like Jamie was intentionally looking for drama to happen between Joy and Ashley.
Yeah, I mean, when Joy and Clifton first walked in, Ashley's face, her face just turned to something really mean and just disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? It's like your husband invited these people. So why do you have to show your ass, and basically this is my stuff. This is mine. You can't touch it. You can't be here. You shouldn't be here. Like and Jamie, like,
Yeah,
why are you
that
even
was
involved?
childish.
Yeah. Why are you even involved in female stuff? Let them get through it. Let them talk when it's time for them to talk. Why do you have to push the issue? You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that. I just thought that was kind of messy as hell from a grown ass man to be in grown women's business. If they're beefing, let them figure it out, you know? So yeah. I didn't get it. I didn't like the whole scene. I didn't like how quick didn't address or speak to Cliff when they first got there. He turned his back and kind of looked at how uh what's her name? Jeez. What is her name? Quick's wife.
Ashley.
Ashley. Yeah, Quick was looking at Ashley like how is she gonna respond to this? Because basically he was gonna give the same energy as her because then he looked over at um Ashley's friend, and they were both giving negative energy. So he started giving negative energy. Cliff came in, he spoke to Jamie and them first, you know, then went over there and touched him on the back, like, "Hey, how you doing, man?" He turned around like, "Hey, what's up?" So they were both acting stank. You know what I'm saying? Why invite somebody if you're not going to like at least make them feel comfortable? Why have people on pins and needles? I don't like places like that. Don't invite me if you're gonna try to have me on pins and needles because it ain't gonna work out in your favor.
Yeah. For me, when this issue was going on and she started talking about um oh, this is no when they came, okay, when they did come out to have the chat, which was like, let's have a chat outside, and they did come outside to have the chat, and they were talking. You've gotten to an agreement that fine, we cannot be cordial. Understandable. It happens. It happens between fight between people. I it if you feel like the you guys cannot come to a common ground, fine. I need to have my space. But the parts that pissed me off was when she started saying, "Oh, I think it's time for you to go. This is my sweet. We got a sweet. You can leave." Like, why do you have to announce that everything is yours? You're rich. Fine. Thank you, Jesus, that you're rich. But why are you rubbing it on people's faces? Your husband invited them there, and you gave the go ahead for your husband to invite them. So why are you hinting that, oh, it's my sweet, blah blah blah, you need to leave? It pissed me off.
Yeah, I didn't too much like that conversation. Ashley was just acting rude and childish, and like she was too good for the conversation. I expected more out of Ashley, you know, simply because she was the hostess, and her husband did check with her. She said, "Okay, cool." you know. Now I could see if Joy was coming in there acting a certain type of way, you know. And if you agree that you're not gonna be friends, then cool, don't be friends. But all that belittling and berating each other, yeah, I don't do all that. I thought Joy was gonna throw some hands. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Shape reality, you say you're back.
Yes, I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, we can hear you.
Yeah. My
You're not really that loud.
oh, okay. How about now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
My DVR did not record the episode. And since Discovery has been not allowing people to post the videos anymore, I couldn't even watch a bootleg copy.
Oh
So I
wow.
could not watch it. I just saw the last few moments of when these two were in the hallway. Up,
Hmm.
that's where I started. So I don't even know. So this suite that they had, this belongs to Ashley and Quick, you guys said?
Yes.
Is it a suite that they always have, or was it just for this night?
They say they do it big every time, whatever that means.
Oh, okay, so we don't know if it's every game or not, but she's so nasty. And I had some for whatever reason my YouTube was on autoplay and it went to a live I guess Carlos was doing with Ashley and Winter.
Uh-huh.
I guess it was live and I guess they were trying to get the impression and he was saying there's no such there are no mean girls on this show. These people, you say that you guys were complaining the first season that, there wasn't much going on and that people weren't activated. And now people are activated and now people are complaining, calling them mean girls. Ashley is not a likable person, and I guess she's supposed to be well, I shouldn't say suppose. They have her as like the face of the show. And I don't know if they're doing that on purpose. She's the biggest character on there, but she's not likable. And from what we've seen from her, it's just mean. I don't like it. I don't like her. I don't like the way she's speaking to this woman. And if you're not jealous of her, then what is your issue? So
Right.
I don't know what happened. So were they invited or not invited?
They were invited
Who invited them?
with her husband.
Okay, okay. So that's how they ended up there. And then as soon as he leaves and no, so Quick was there when she turned to Joy and said, "Apparently, I'm jealous of you," or something like that, right?
Yeah,
Right.
Quick was there. Everybody was still there then.
Okay, okay, okay. Let me stop talking because I need to go back and watch the whole thing.
Yeah,
But I'll
but
wait till you guys get to the point where Clifton comes in.
yeah, but you know what? Clifton never said that she was jealous. Those words
Yes,
came out of Quick's
it
mouth.
came from his own her own husband's mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, did the producer show that?
Yeah,
Yes,
they showed
he
it.
said, no. He what the thing is that sometimes we misinterpret words. He said something in that manner. Then he was like, "Oh, do you mean like in a jealous way?" Then he was not like, "Oh, do you mean in a jealous way?" Or like he then started making instances in reference to what Clifton said. And for what the English Clifton said, then he wasn't like, wow, so in a jealous way, and he started throwing some other English words. Then he wasn't like, I don't know exactly, but I don't understand why she's coming for my wife.
Yeah.
So
So
Cliff, I don't know the memory lapse that sometimes conversations go like that. When you think that that's what the person mean, I think in defense of Quick, I think in his mind, in his thought process, he thought that the word that Clifton said was a word that you can also use for when you want to try to insinuate somebody is jealous of you. So that's what I feel. But he did not say the word jealous specifically. It was Quick. It was Quick. But when when she was chasing them out and they went back into the suits, and she was like, "Get out, get out, get out." And we then had her finally face Clifton. This is where I always get upset with all these preview and reviews. Literally, if we would, when we watched the preview from last week's episode, the way they showed us the preview was as if we are going to get the full package fight in this episode.
exactly.
Now we're getting into the episode and we're just getting. I, they just had the. We just saw the little exchange between her and Clift, and they were like, next time
Yeah.
on Lower Marriage DC. And I'm like, what? In the preview for last week, it seemed as if we were going to get a full expo between explosion between Clifton and Joe and Ashley. The only part they told her was when she told him to back up. You know, one thing now let's talk about Ashley. Ashley is one person I feel like she would come raw. Then when she sees you like really coming for her, she now feels like threatened, like trying to push you out because she was the one that was talking with Clifton. Yes, Clifton must have leaned in, but I don't think him leaning in was for any malicious reason or anything. So her just coming to say back up, back up, back up, like that didn't make sense. She always takes things from a 0 to 100.
Yeah, she
That's what
does,
I'll
and
say.
it just seems like she just has it in for those two. And then I'm sorry, guys, and I know I was late getting on. Did you guys talk about the conversation that they had when they were she's from when she said that
Which one?
she
Comment.
Ashley and Joy out in the hallway?
Yeah, we've talked about the conversation. Yeah, we'll talk about the
We're
conversation.
talking about it now. Okay. So when she said, "Why? Yeah, I said that you guys were married, and I apologize." And so then when Joy said she came over because she thought they were good, but then Ashley brings up the fact that she got them on the show. So it's just like there's something about these two, the Petties, that just make her so angry. I don't know if it's just Joy, if it's just Clifton, or if it's the both of them together that just drives her mad. It's like, what did they do to her? So the only thing I can think of is that it is jealousy. It's the only thing I could think of. For that you could just dislike these two so much who haven't done anything to you. You didn't even thank me for getting your show. Like, what? And like the Tyler said that they pitched them too. It wasn't just the Silvas that pitched them. The Tylers did it too. So you want credit for it. You want public credit for it. That's probably what it is. She wanted them to publicly say that she got them on the show. I don't know, but I'm sick of her. But so remember you had said that, was it you who said that someone said that she wasn't coming back? Is she gonna come back or
Yeah,
not? Because she was
I'm not
talking to
really sure.
Carlos on that thing today. Maybe he's trying to talk her into coming back. I don't know, but it sounds like he's trying to soften up her personality. If you guys get a chance to go watch the interview, seems like he's trying to
Oh, they
soften
had
her
an
up.
interview.
Huh?
They had an interview
Yeah, it came up
today.
on YouTube. I don't Let me see. I was half asleep and it came up. I was taking a nap and it came up on YouTube where he was talking to Winter and Ashley and talking about mean girls and they're not mean girls. Yeah. Well, no, I guess it came on last night. Oh, that was last night then. That they are not
Yeah.
mean girls. And it sounds like he's trying to soften up her personality because probably the feedback people are giving is that they don't like her. And that's probably why they're not watching the show, allegedly. So it sounds like he's trying to soften her up, make the public think that, oh, she's not a mean girl, she's not that bad or whatever. There's no mean girls on this show, so that people would not be so turned off by her. But I just think, the jury is out. Like, the decision's already been made. We don't like her. She's nasty. She's mean. And she doesn't have any other redeeming qualities that we've seen to make us want to like a villain. Because there are some people like Kenya Moore is a villain, but do we dislike Kenya?
No.
No, but it's like, but this lady, she's a villain, but we don't like her. Or maybe you guys do. Let me stop speaking for everybody.
Ah, I don't like her.
Oh, okay.
I don't like her. Yeah. For my own part, I don't think I even like any other person on the show. I don't like anybody on the show,
Not even
generally speaking.
Arena? What about Arena?
I don't like Erana. I
What?
don't. She's also part of the Mean Girl crew. If you watch her in season one, I've basically watched them from season one. So this act she's putting out here, I know that she was mean to Winter in the season one. So
Right.
she also has her own issues. Just because this season now she has maybe they've, I don't know whether they've reconciled or anything. But when I watched that season one, I watched the season two, the part A of this season. I watched it and they were literally the meanest people to, especially Erana. She was so mean to Winter. Like she didn't want to be in the same room
Yeah,
with Ash
I
and with
agree.
Winter.
I agree. But to her defense, I will say that from what I understand, none of those people knew each other that first season. They just put them all together on that show. And so Arena was trying to get her place and her footing. I think they all were, because Monique was put up to kind of, to be the star of the show. So they were just trying to find their mark or whatever. And they didn't even know each other. Raina and Ashley, I don't think they knew each other before the show started filming. So I think they just kind of was just trying to find their way. And Winter, unfortunately, just kind of was the scapegoat for that season because there was nothing else going on. Now we're getting a different type of Winter this time around, which is better for her. I'm sure her public image, because of, like I told you guys, that she's very active in evangelism and that sort of thing.
Mhm.
But I like Arena. The only person I don't like is Ashley and her husband. Everybody else, I don't have a problem. I don't like Quick, and I don't like Ashley. But let me let you guys get to the part where she gets up in Clifton's face.
Yeah, we're talking about that before. And I was like, the way I felt like she always wants to be the last. She wants to be the one that takes the last. I don't know. She just has an issue because she was accusing him of backing up on her face, but I don't think that was it. I don't think that was it. I think maybe he was just trying to get his message across. And the way she
Right.
was yelling, he thought maybe she was not listening. So he wanted to just get his message across. And then she was just like, back it up, back it up. He wasn't it wasn't as if he was wanting to hit you or something.
No, and his arms were folded, and he's tall, so he leaned
It's
forward to
tall,
tell you.
yeah.
Yeah, but of course we're gonna see next week the way she retells it is gonna be different. I don't like this woman. I don't. There's just, it's not like she has any redeeming qualities. It'd be different if there was something else about her, like she was funny or something that would make us, gravitate towards her. But she doesn't have anything else to offer us to make us be interested in her and her story. She showed us this mean, nasty side, and I don't think it's going to be able to change it. I don't think, what else can they do to make people like her at this point? They'd have to bring in somebody else who's more mean.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's a done deal. And people do not, most of us don't like villains because as children, when we had those children's stories or whatever, the villain was always a bad guy. So we've just been trained to not like villains. So now as adults, we see this villain, and most people don't like villains. And you're not a funny villain. You're not a likable villain. You just It's just, and then like they said in the preview, or was that in this season, this episode, when they said that he needs to, the way that basically she's running amok and he's not doing anything about it. Not saying that she has to obey him or anything, but it's like she's a representation of you. and she's out in this circle behaving this way towards people. And have we ever seen them have a talk about that? It's like we don't really know what the dynamics of their household is behind closed doors, but from what we see, it's just like this constant, the way she comes across towards people. It's like, and then I say this because he has a tendency to try to correct other people, like little Jamie. I think last season, wasn't he trying to correct or have something to say about Big Jamie? It's like he has a tendency to try to correct people, but when do you ever offer your wife any advice? I'll put it there nicely, as to how she can go about navigating within the group instead of being so harsh all the time. It's such a turn off. I don't like this woman. Let me stop talking about her.
Wow. I really don't like her. But what I don't like more is the fact that the producers or the editors played on us, because the way they made it feel like we're gonna watch the whole fight between her and Clifton, just for them to do cut and remove, just for us to watch a snippet of what was gonna happen. Like, show the full thing. Let us see the whole fight.
Yes, they did tease us because we didn't really get anything. They didn't really get anything. But it's like, but for her to get up in his, step to him, what is your issue, lady? What is, I mean, and you started it by turning around. So I hear you said, I'm jealous. You started the whole thing. And then you guys have to leave. Okay, we are filming a show. And now you're trying to put them out just like you put Joy out of your Christmas party. Here you go again. But when you get a chance, watch that. It's very long with Carlos King. I don't think you want to watch the whole thing. And like I said, I was half asleep. I didn't even realize that was it was almost 24 hours ago. And then I see Joy just did one with Dustin, so I'll have to watch that because I like Joy. I'd like to hear her take on what happened with the episode last night. But it sounds as though he's trying to soften her up to the public because I guess possibly a lot of the backlash, and this is all alleged information, is that people are not interested in the show and people don't like her. And so if you watch that, it sounds as though he's trying to, oh, there's no mean girls on this show. And you guys said that people weren't activated. So now they're activated and now you guys are still complaining. Well, there's a difference between being activated and activating somebody who people do not like, because the personality that she already showed us is not a likable personality. She came on season 1. Wasn't she trying to fight somebody? Was that Winter she was trying
Mm-hmm.
to fight, like the first couple of episodes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So it's like you showed us this attitude, and I guess you thought that was going to be cute. And now you keep going with this. And now we see there's new people trying to get into the group. And then you're not even allowing the new people into the group because here you are just trying to start some stuff with these people. And like you said, you know them from that other show. I didn't watch that other show, so I'm not familiar with Joy and Clifton. I like them. So, I don't know what they're, in the past what they've done on the other show, but who do you dislike more, her or the Petties?
Uh, uh, I, uh,
Are they as bad as Ashley to you?
I don't. Well, probably because I watched them from the other show. Are you
Right,
talking about Joe and her husband?
right. So I'm saying, who is which character do
Who's
you
worse?
dislike more? Yeah.
For this season, I think I'm leaning towards Ashley, and like she's really really annoying and pissing me off so much. So
Oh,
Ashley
okay.
and DJ Quick, but Ashley more. I think DJ Quick is just because of his supporting his wife doing some
Right,
wrong things,
right.
but
And
Ashley.
Ashley, and then as you see for the preview of next week, you got a problem with my wife. You're gonna see me or something. Do you want
Mm-hmm.
you want to see Clifton? That man is towering over you. Like, really? You think you're gonna intimidate that man?
Maybe she's like, he had a surgery, so there's possibility that he might not be able to do
Well,
anything.
but at the wrestling thing, he still picked up somebody and slammed them.
I tell you.
Yeah.
I just
Ooh.
feel like another thing is that he just believes his wife too much.
Yeah.
He takes
Yeah.
every word his wife. That it's not bad, but sometimes
Right.
it's not good because sometimes your wife
Right.
of his
But then he
story.
has a nerve. But then he's got a nerve to correct little Jamie. We've seen him time and time again have something to say to
Mm-hmm.
little Jamie and about little Jamie, but you can't say anything to her. And you see how she's being mean towards people, nasty towards people. For the sake of the show, we need to see that. Just like Robin and Giselle, how people say that Robin just goes along with everything Giselle does, but Robin says that's not true. She doesn't. She has corrected Giselle on camera, but they don't show it. And so we need to see that. Robin, we need you to see you tell Giselle no. We need to see you say stop doing this. We need to see the same thing from him and his wife. Let us hear you say, oh, come on, you should not have talked to her that way. Say something.
Exactly. Well, I literally let's just say I can't wait for next week's episode. I think that's where more of the issues will come up. I think that's where we'll get the full fight, the full stuff. And I hope that in the next week's episode, they are not going to cut it short like they did in today's episode. Sorry, in yesterday's episode. Because I don't know what they're trying to elongate. Like, I'm tired of them trying to elongate the episodes. If you can just show us quickly and let the episodes be short, let the season be short, it's understandable. Why are you making the episode long? Today there was nothing really very that impactful or that memorable except from the fights. Every other
Yeah.
part was bland.
Yeah. And I heard Ashley in that interview say they have 8 more episodes and a 3-part reunion.
8 more. Wow. Wow. That's long.
Well, maybe I
What would
don't know
they
if the
do?
8 includes the 3 from the reunion or not.
Wow. I wonder what they'll be doing. Is what would they say again? The fight between Ashley and Joy. Is that the whole episodes?
Well, is there's going to be a fist fight?
No, I'm just saying, like,
Oh,
what else will be talked again in the season? Is if not this fight continuously
right, right.
being analyzed? I'm tired. I'm literally tired. I'm enjoying the show, notwithstanding. I love the drama. I love the chemistry. I love the cast. They are really trying their best. But I don't want to watch repetitive things over and over again. I don't want to. Is there any other thing that we didn't cover up?
No, I wouldn't know. I didn't even see it. I've got to go back and watch it.
There was nothing really that memorable on the episode. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining us today for another review and recap. Don't forget to subscribe to our individual YouTube channel, Unfiltered Uzo, and ShopRite TV's YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and comment on our videos and turn off the post notification, and also click on the subscription button to subscribe. We'll see you guys tomorrow for our RHOP. Have a nice day, guys.